Ayy, yeah, let's go. Local legend, but the whip I got is foreign. Extraordinary, yeah, I feel like Alex Warren does. Please will not be calling me if it is not important. If I don't see no dollar signs there, then I'm ignoring them. Got a couple kids nowadays that I'm supporting. Turning down 100,000, I wasn't bored enough. Yeah, I wasn't bored enough. I'd rather stay at home, just the four of us. Knock, 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 say hello to opportunity. Show them everything that I be doing, think it's doing me. Check, 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 everything I do is to a T. And only other corner hitting hardest in the USC. Oh, Irish in my blood and all that money keep on doubling. I ain't tried to ball cause I ain't really went for fumbling. Made a couple M's, went gold, now I'm loving it. Drive through them all, can't stomach it. One time cause I had to prove it to myself. 2 times doing that for everybody else. 3 times just to put the trophy on the shelf. 4 times just because I couldn't, I ain't doing nothing else. Local legend, but the whip I got is foreign. Extraordinary, yeah, I feel like Alex Warren does. Please will not be calling me if it is not important. If I don't see no dollar signs there, then I'm ignoring them. Got a couple kids nowadays and I'm supporting. Turning down 100,000, I wasn't bored enough. Yeah, I wasn't bored enough. I'd rather stay at home, just now wait, second thought. Maybe take a trip down to Florida. Need to change the weather, Tennessee just wasn't warm enough. Son and everybody, they been eating out the formula. Everybody talking, but at least they ain't ignoring us. Ayy, reservations for 20 at Show. Like that iceberg, I'm tipping a boatload. Got incredible friends, yeah, they froze on. Taking hits on the one like I'm Soto. Catalog multiples of double digits. Staring at the number like it's double vision. That's what happens when you trust the vision, but keep it humble for the juxtaposition. I changed my life overnight with a couple decisions. Stay working like there's somebody who's coming to get it. And don't get caught up in the talking and the public opinion. Yeah, I had different functions cause I'm functioning different. Ay, 1 time cause I had to prove it to myself. 2 times doing that for everybody else. 3 times just to put the trophy on the shelf. 4 times just because I couldn't, I ain't doing nothing else. Ay, local legend, but the whip I got is foreign. Extraordinary, yeah, I feel like Alex Warren does. Please will not be calling me if it is not important. If I don't see no dollar signs there, then I'm ignoring them. Got a couple kids nowadays that I'm supporting. Turning down 100,000, I wasn't bored enough. I wasn't bored enough. I'd rather stay at home with the 4 of us.
Yeah. All right, welcome in, G's. Welcome in. A couple of wives, baby. A couple of wives. If you can't do it for you, can you do it for them? All right, let's do it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Party time. Let the class begin. Yeah. Hope you guys are well. What up, NK Capital? How you doing? Class is officially in session. So let's run it. What up, Rizzo? What up, Vivian Young in the house? What up, Danny Cash? What's good? What's good? Arrow Sassy in the house. Is Sam in the building? Cheers, boys. Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you guys are doing well. Why don't we get started here? We're a little behind, and we got to get started. So why don't we pray real quick, and then we'll begin our session today. Let's do this.
Order filled.
Oh, is that TP or BE? BE. All right. Anyways, let's pray. Father God, I thank you for this amazing group, Lord. I thank you for calling me each and every day, waking me up to go out and serve and go out to help and bless and just be able to teach from the heart. And we thank you for all the work that's being done here. We thank you for the victory that's all over our name. And we just pray that you would continue to give us the vision to walk in that victory, to talk in that victory, and to act like the person that you have called us to be. So we thank you for it, and we just give you the glory for blessing the stream. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let me get this music a little lower. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome in. It is July 28th, and another day, another opportunity for us to be patient, to be disciplined, to stick to the plan here as 8-figure traders. You know, you gotta at some point come up with an identity. You can't just say, I want to make money, right? What's the identity? Who are you trying to become? And that way, at least you have a North Star to walk towards every single day. So we're going to continue to walk towards that star here today on the 28th of July. It is Tuesday. It doesn't look like we have too much going on in the news. You'll have some a little bit of a yellow folder coming out right here at 8:30. So right about now, and that's pretty much it in terms of our session here today. A little orange folder at 10, but other than that, we should be pretty good for the most part. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the technicals. I did take a buy a little while ago. It looks like I just got hit at break even, so I closed some partials, but it looks like BE got hit. So let's break it down. I'll explain the buy too in just a moment. Why don't we get into it? Philippe is here. NV is in the building. Let's get it. All right, I think the music should be good. If it's not, then just, I don't know, let me flag me down, you know what I mean, in the chat. But I'll lower it just a little bit more. And that right there should be good. Should be good to go. Cool. All right, let's get into it then. Let's talk about gold, and we'll look at the NASDAQ here as well and see what we can come up with here today. So the day is still young. The session has just begun, and we'll see what we can come up with. So daily candle has been in a little bit of a range recently, right? You kind of have this support level here. We did a little bit of a fake out. You kind of have this resistance level there. We did a little fake out, right? A couple little teasers here and there. Fake out here, and then price has really just been really consolidating, right? You had an awkward gap on the open this week, and yesterday we closed bearish. So we did end up closing bearish here on yesterday's candle. So therefore, based off of the day, especially in Asian, I was definitely very bearish. Now, price is actually coming down into these support levels now. So our job is to see, hey, are we going to reject this support level, right, and bounce back up off of it, or are we just going to push through and come down into that next level? So the lower time frames will lead us into that as we know. So let's look for some structure. I'm still bearish. I'm also open for more buys because, again, 4-hour daily candle is tapping into support now at this point, but I know that just because price is at support doesn't mean it has to stop there, right? So we'll see. This is also a little level of support, and price pushed straight through it. So maybe we do want to come down into this zone down here at like 39.75. So back under 3K here, or back under 4K. So let's drop down to the 4-hour. Let's see what we got going on. So it looks like our 4-hour has closed below the range. So we got a 4-hour closure. You have this zone right here, previous chop, right? Once we broke out, we kind of pushed up, we retested it, and pushed back up here now. So we'll see what we do, right? We got an hour and a half left on this 4-hour candle. We may want to push out of here, right? We may want to start moving back up bullish. If we don't break those lows, right, and we start breaking the highs here at 33, very high chance we continue to move up. You know, after breaking these lows, we shouldn't really be coming back up now to break those highs unless we're trying to do what we've done in the past, which was come up and then push higher, right? Break above and then push higher. Come down, retest, push higher. So we'll see about that, right? That's definitely on my radar. That's one of the reasons I took the buys already. But let's drop down to the 1-hour here. So 1 hour is kind of flaking, you know, it's trying to stay above. It's not really getting there. It had a nice closure. We barely moved up. It came down. It broke the lows. It broke the highs. So just a tricky 1-hour time frame here that may actually want to continue heading down, right? You got this move down, some consolidation, move down, possible retracement, right? And the continued move to the downside. The daily is still bearish. 4-hour can still come down, so we'll have to keep an eye on this 1-hour candle and see what happens, right? I was expecting price to run all the way up towards 45 here at NY Open, and we just kind of stalled out right here, so at 34. So let's take a look at the 30-minute. 30-minute coming crashing down. Could just be because of the news, so we'll have to keep that in mind. But I think really anything that stays above 25 is pretty bullish for the most part here. So let's see if price can stay trending above 25 here, right? And if we can kind of create a new support, right, or get a closure above, then we might be good to move up in this clean range. If not, then we can look for sells here as well. But I think we should wait on a 1-hour closure if we are going to take the shorts, right? So we want to see a actual candle close on the 1-hour time frame and close bearish, something like this, before I really get going on the buy, on the sells here. So something like that, 1-hour closure, nice resistance form, 9 a.m. candle continues running in this overall downtrend that we got going on here today would be great. So we'll see what happens here. But big 1-hour closure in about 20 minutes. So let's hang tight on that. We can see how, the 30-minute closes too, but that's also going to take another 20 minutes. So yeah, we got big closures coming up. 15-minute, I wouldn't budge on that, buy or sell at the moment. I'd wait for a 30 and a 1-hour closure. And if we can close bearish on the 1-hour, then I'm going to be looking to take sells, something like this. Like I just drew up. Could be like this, right? Really any sort of resistance that gets formed, I'll be, oh my God, what is going on here? Any resistance that is formed, I'll be interested in pulling the trigger there. So we'll see what happens. But if we do close strong bullish, then you know, likely to stay looking for the buys here today. So that's kind of my thoughts, right? Kind of look for a good lower wick on the next 1 hour candle, and maybe get some sort of market structure on the 15, right, while waiting on that, and then off to 47 we go, which is my original plan here. So we'll see what happens, but that's pretty much where we're at the moment. I was in buys. My buys look something like this. I actually almost got stopped out too. Had current candle lows pretty much. Stops were like right there. TP was here, and then I just took some partials right over here, which is actually perfect, right? Kind of popped right into that zone, tagged the partials. I didn't even see it get hit, and yeah, and then I came, moved stops to break even, and then you guys heard me get hit. So that's pretty much the trade I got into. It was a 1 hour onion play. My trading candle, my confirmation candle was this one right here, and my trading candle was that one. So that's the one I got entered in on. Looks like we moved up, we came down, closed above. Next candle broke the lows, almost stopped me out, and then we popped up into my partial TP area. My full TP is sitting way up here. So cool. Any questions? let me just mark this one up because I don't have an image of it yet. Partials. All right, sweet. So I lost about 450 last night, so I got about 350 back-ish, something like that. 350. All right, let's move some things over here. Let's get Discord. All right, boom. Okay, cool. All right, anyways, how you guys doing? Did you guys take any trades? Did you guys take the buy at all? It was kind of counter trend trade too, so I get, you know, why you would maybe wait for a range too also, but that was pretty much the trade I took. Took the exact same trade. Okay, cool. Took the same buys. Very nice. Got closed at 33. Okay, cool. Yeah, me too. Yeah, right at 33. Entered when the 15 closed as a celery. Okay, yeah, great entry there. Really, really good. Nice. Yeah, you didn't have no drawdown. Solid. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, anyone who entered off of that too, that was great. What was that, 815? Yeah, that was pretty good too. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, so I'm still interested in buys. I would like to, you know, hang on to this bias coming back up off these rejections, these targets. So we'll see what happens. Took the buys as well, except at 7:30. Yeah, that's the time I took it too, 7:30. Oh no, 7 a.m. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 7:30. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 7. Yeah, I took them at 7. This candle right here when it broke the high. Yeah, so about hour and 40 minutes ago. This should continue moving bullish, I would assume, here today. Kind of salty that news stopped me out, but yeah, I would expect price to probably move up a little bit, but I'm also open for the sells, right? Because the trend is really down right now. So this could just be a pullback as well. That's why I wanted to make sure I got my partials taken care of there, because this, you know, the next candle, just like I drew up, can really come straight back down, right? And I'll continue that downtrend. So I just want to be careful there. Any trade last night? Yeah, Asian I took a loss. So I took a loss in Asian. I got pretty much the majority of it back. Where is that in Asian last night? Let's see if I have a screenshot. Asian session. Yeah, Asian was a very like impulse trade. Excuse me. So I took like a fade. I'm trying to find it here. Yeah, what time frame it was. Yeah, I'll show it to you in a sec. I got a screenshot. But yeah, it was pretty much a fade position, and yeah, and it started to play out, but then it started to range, and we basically managed the trade and took like half a loss. Took the same trade. Nice job, Cole. Yep. Yeah, that celery was amazing. That was better than mine. I mean, mine was a 1 hour onion, but still. 80% profit here is because if we look left, if we kind of make a line here, right? See how price has a rejection here? So I was looking at that. So I know I'm counter trend trading, so I'm not trying to get all the way up here at 41 before I get some partials. So I'm looking left to see, you know, where did we reject? I see rejection here, here, here. So I'm like, all right, let me put it somewhere in line with this one. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Just looking left to get right, you know. But we'll see how everything goes here. You got 15 minutes left on this closure. So if you close very weak, bearish like that, I mean, I'm open for more buys here today. Took a sell in London. Got wicked out after an hour. Oh, wow. What time? The matrix is glitching? It's glitching. It's always glitching. Took profit, same place as I did. Okay, lovely. Lovely. Yeah, we should still be able to run. I have my runners up till 45 up here. But I'm out. I got my profits here, and then I hit break even on that push down. Wah wah wah. On to the next. Let's see. Heard order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Wanted a range 2 set up. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I can see that. I can see why. How'd the rest of you guys do in Asian last night? You guys take any trades? Yeah, we got into one impulse trade, and it's kind of like a fade, and we barely even got tapped in. Like, it didn't even tap us in, and we were like in the trade. I'm trying to find it. It was like 9. What's 9:30? I can't remember. What's 9:30 p.m.? It was like somewhere around here. 22, 21, the 21, 21. Yeah, right here, right there. So we're looking for. Basically, we got in on this candle. So this candle made a high, right about there. Came down, broke the low, right in the zone that we were looking for a rejection at, and then it pushed up, right, re-broke the high, and then literally just did nothing, and then it consolidated for a while, and our original stops were, trade was like something like this, looking for price to come back up, and once this candle here closed bearish, decided to move our stops up there, and then this candle tapped us out. I think some people got out around here on that high, but yeah, others, I got out right there when that candle re-broke the low. But you know, tried to take an impulse trade here, so we really even didn't even get tapped in. Entry was actually like literally like that, like no. But yo, price never even hit our entry. What the hecky? Oh no, there was some shadiness going on there in Asian. Some shadiness. Music's too loud? Alright, I'll lower it. Hey, it's this song, you know? The song just gets real loud. I don't know what it is. I can't even breathe. I can't breathe. All right, price is pushing. We got some time on the. Anyone in off the 15? I think I'll be waiting on the 30 here. Bum, 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 bum. What up, Gareth? Gareth in the building. How you doing? How are you, mate? Crocky.
Good, mate. Good,
Crocky.
mate. How are you?
Yeah. Doing great, mate. You know, the only
That's
Australia stuff I know is Bluey.
Bluey?
You guys know who Bluey is?
No, I've never heard of Bluey.
Oh, well, you don't have kids, so I wouldn't expect you to know who Bluey is. Well, I guess you're from Australia, or you live in Australia, so.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing in Australia, Bluey.
No D-Dub, no birthday ticks yet.
Anyways, can we give
Didn't
the
catch
guy a
anything
big
yet.
happy birthday? Give him a big hey, how are you, along with a big happy birthday. He's got the Callaway hat on today. All right. All right. How we feeling, man? Happy B-Day.
Thank you, Magnus. Thank you, boys. I appreciate
happy
it.
to have you here.
Appreciate it.
No kid gang.
No kid gang.
Oh,
No
man.
kid gang.
We're trying to get some B-Day pips for Gareth here. We'll see if we can lock them in. Usually when we have birthdays, we're able to lock it in for some reason.
I'm feeling good about this session. I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah. Me
I
too.
can see some birthday
Me too.
tips. Thank you for all the messages, guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, there they go. There's the
Very
happy
much
B-Days.
appreciated.
Happy
They're
B-Days
flying,
in the
bro. They're
chat.
flying.
Love it. Love it. He has a family. Top of the morning. Breathe some air. It's 9 o'clock. 10 minutes left, and we'll see how the hour candle closes here. But yeah, well, I was really expecting a much bigger push here out of gold and a lot quicker. But I think that news slowed things down just a little bit.
There's some weird price action.
Oh, they want to send you money, Gareth. There you go. Look at that. Couple dollars for the birthday. How you doing? You should fight a kangaroo for each year you've lived. Damn, that'd be a crazy day.
21 kangaroos, bro. I don't like my odds.
The odds are not that good.
Some of those kangaroos can swing as well, bro. I've seen it on Instagram. Some of them can.
So it's not even just the
Got
jab.
a good jab on them.
Sheesh. Sheesh. What's up, Green? Grand Rising, brother. Brother, how you feeling? Did you get a nice sleep last night? Gareth about ready for bed. All the birthdays coming in late night for him.
Yeah.
How was London, bro?
Hey, yeah, it wasn't too bad. I came a little bit late because I was out for lunch with my family, but it looked like it was just a choppy session, to be honest. 4-hour close doji, so that's never a good start to the session.
Yeah. My opinions on TX3 are pretty positive overall. I mean, I actually met with them quite a few times over the year, and just try to give them some trader insight, kind of what I would like to see out of a futures firm. So yeah, I mean, they're a good company. I mean, look, every prop firm's a good vehicle for traders who have a playbook, who can stay disciplined, who can respect their rules. You know, whether it's TX3 or TopOne, Tradeify. You know, they're all good. You know, if you can trade well, they'll pay you. But yeah, I think they're gonna do good. I think they're gonna have a great year. A big year for TX3. I think TopOne's gonna have a big year too. But remember, the firm isn't your edge. You are. So you can try them all. But if you don't stay consistently disciplined in your rules and all that, you never get paid on any of them. On any of them. Why don't we have a look at a peek peek at NQ real quick so we can see what's going on over here as well. We have a daily chart. So daily's moving down. We are at support, right? If you look left, we moved down quite a bit here on the daily. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the 5th candle now. So we did kind of move down. We tapped into this level here on the daily time frame. So we had all this clean range, if you guys can see, on the daily right here. And it looks like price moved very nicely in that range. We came down, we filled it, and now we're sitting at support with no top wick, right? We got no top wick on this current daily candle. So we'll see. I think maybe we can possibly plan some rejections out of here. I've been looking for buys since Asian last night on NQ. So the 4-hour is bullish now. So we finally do have a 4-hour candle on our side here. So we did create support on that 4-hour candle. So I'm looking for potential move up here if we can start breaking highs and maybe seeing some sort of playbook positions on the lower time frame to maybe anticipate the 4-hour candle coming up towards like 200 here, right? So that's kind of my thoughts on NQ. I'm really not interested in the sells being at support and with no top wick on that daily. So 1 hour is making some moves here, right? Trying to kind of reject out of that zone, which I like. We're closing bullish again. It looks like we got about 5 minutes left on the candle. 30-minute is ranging quite a bit, so I think the obvious range is going to be up here, right? Anything above 48 should work well for buys, right? But I would love to get a bearish candle. So if this candle here can maybe close bearish, right, and try and give us some support. I know it's like not the best for buys, but if this next candle, right, can close above, then that bearish candle right there will work towards our support level, right? Because we want to take buys off of support. So if we can get a support formed, a nice little breakout, clean range to the left, right, coming all the way up at any time of high volume, right? We have some buy stops sitting here, and then this could be the play here for New York session today. So I'll be interested in something like that. Not really interested in the sells too much. Like I said before, daily having no top wick, plus we're at that daily level of support. I'll probably just, look for the buys here today. Yep. And then maybe we don't get it on this candle, right? Maybe this candle closes bullish and it closes right at resistance. That's okay. We wait for the next candle, and if we do get some sort of bearish closure at that point, right, then that'll be even better, and we'll just keep that idea of structure being formed and trading above 28.48 there. So that's my plan. Something just like this. Confirmation candle, trading candle, clean range, nice breakout, high time of volume. That'll be my idea. Partials right there, right at this overall zone, and then full TP somewhere probably in that wick fill. So you see how I already know what I'm gonna do. If this, then that. You see how what my thought process is like, what my spoken word is like. If this happens, then I do this, right? If that happens, then I do that, right? So it's like everything is so planned. So is it any wonder why I'm composed and relaxed and just kind of looking stress-free while I'm in trades? Probably because I already know exactly what I'll be doing, and I won't let my emotions get in the way. I'll let logic take over, even when emotions do come in, because they will, right? But I'll push them back down, right? Push them back out and remember the plan that I had set earlier in the session. So if you know exactly what you're looking for and what you're looking to accomplish with the move, you no longer are guessing. You're not scared, you're not hesitating, you're not overconfident, you're not underconfident, you just are. Right? You just are there and executing that trade. So yeah, that's what we'll do here today. Try and get limit the decision making, right, while you're at the desk. The more decisions you make, the more probability you are to just mess something up. So try and make the least amount of decisions as possible, right? Have everything planned.
So with the daily and 4-hour today, you have no idea for sales, or you don't? You prefer
on
buys?
NQ, on NQ. Gold, I'm definitely into sells.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, gold, I like the sells. If we can probably, I'm waiting for the 1 hour closure here, and if we can close bearish, that would be amazing. Or if we can close below 25. So my range now is like anything, basically anything above 25 is a break retest to move up. Anything that, you know, can get below 25, even if that takes a little bit of a range, right? Then I'm going to be looking for shorts coming back down. If you haven't yet, give the stream a like for me and sub to the channel. Congrats, by the way, chat. Yesterday we hit 55,000 subs. So I remember when we started with just 5 people, man, just 5 of us. And now it's grown to 55,000 all across the world, and so many lives have been impacted, so much money has been made, so much clarity when it comes to life and the charts, and it's just been such a work of the Lord, man. It's been so cool to see it. It's been a blessing to be a part of it, and man, there's so many names here that are going to be big, and I mean big time players in the game, and I'm excited about the future. I hope you're just as excited as I am, because we're literally just getting started. Yay. Chick-ching. Oh, man. What timing that was, yeah? Yeah, so I didn't realize it, but we hit like 55 or something. So congratulations. Congrats. This is a we thing. This isn't a me thing. It never has been. It never will be. It's always been a we. So let's keep rocking, baby. Z Gamer, you remember when we were celebrating, what, maybe 5,000 green? You remember we were celebrating 50? I remember celebrating 50. I got pictures of 100 people on the live stream for the first time.
Some real ones in the chat. Been around since 5K.
Some real ones. Anyone remember where you were when where we were when you showed up? In terms of subs. All right, so let's see, man. Now that we got a 1 hour bullish closure, let's see if we can get a lower wick, but at the same time, a bit of structure on the 15, right? So maybe we come down, test this level, create support, and then see that wick, that's going to be an opportunity to get filled a little bit later. Not just yet, but if we can come down, create support here, stay above, what is it again? 25, stay above. I don't care if we push through it, but we got to close above it, right? We stay above 25, create support, and it's off to the races, back up to that wick here for a wick fill. You got a lot of range here too, so I'll be looking for that wick fill right there if we can get the move back down. If we can't get that move, then we're gonna probably have to see something like this, at least a lower wick, and then a closure above, and that will also be good enough for me here today, and that'll be your range 2 buys that everyone's been waiting on there. Those will play out just like that. So yeah, we'll see about it, but we'll wait for that opportunity to show up, and if and when it does, we'll be here. Let's get rid of this. 55, baby. I took the same buy as you. My stop loss was below. Was it a bad stop loss? I mean, it was not bad. Anytime you're gonna put it below any low, just make sure it's like lower. A lot of times in the beginning, I would put my stop loss like literally right on the wick, and I got stopped out so many times just for price to basically. I thought it was personally coming down to stop me out to go back up, because I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like, I had my stop down there, right? So through all that, I've learned to not keep it right on the low, but kind of, you know, down a little bit. So I literally survived that by probably 3 pips. Yeah, it just missed tapping me out. So that's all. I think your stop loss was good. It's just don't put it right on top of the wick, you know, like give it a little room to breathe. For these reasons, these tend to happen a lot, especially at NY Open, 8 a.m. Eastern. Happens all the time. Your dad was one of, oh wow. Your dad was one of the first subs? Okay. Shout out to dad, man. 9K. Green said he saw 3 subs. I'll be saying, I remember we were, yeah. Some of you guys would be like, yo, I remember we were at 55K. Just wait, we're going to 555K. Yes, sir. Effortlessly, too. Effortlessly. Not even going to be doing the most. Not even going to be doing all that. Do you think we can get an A+ setup if we're not on the stream? For example, London, New York. Yes, you can. Yeah, there's going to be opportunity, you know. Like, again, this is a little, so you have a full day here, right? And then you have like sessions. So if you're in the clubhouse, you know, you got windows of opportunity. You got windows to where they're really just a class, right? And then you're showing up to that class, and we're going to do some teaching. We're going to do some learning. We're going to spend time together, and we might get a trade in that window. Right, and then you know you got another window here now, London open, right? London session, and then New York session, right? So these are going to be your higher times of volume. That's why we chose to stream those during those times, because they're likely to give opportunities. But there will still be opportunities, outside of these windows, right? So this is just these are like little 2-hour windows here, right? So there's going to be a lot more time outside of that. Now you can't guarantee opportunities. So the same way we sit in this window is the same way you got to sit in this window. But, you know, if a playbook setup shows up and it's following the higher time frame, it's a playbook setup, there's clean traffic to the left, and there's, you know, volume in and you can see it, then that's going to be an A+ setup. Although it's not in that window that we're kind of on stream right here, right? It's still, maybe it happens after the stream. Right, sometime after the stream between Asian and London, or between New York and Asian. So there's definitely opportunities outside of these windows that we're live for. So yeah, when you see them, take advantage of them. And the other thing too is, just because you're in this window, right? So we have a stream going, doesn't mean that you need to trade. You know, I feel like a lot of traders just force things because they feel like they have to trade within this window. Meanwhile, look at all the time left on the day. Right, so just because we're live streaming or just because we're all together doesn't necessarily mean the market owes us an opportunity there. You know, I used to joke about it a bit. It's like, just because we showed up and hit start stream and everyone showed up, it's not like, you know, there's people sitting back there like, all right, cool, TTE is all logged in, they're all here. Did they all like the stream yet? Most of them. Some of them can still like it, which I don't know why they haven't yet, but, you know, they could still like it right now. Yeah, you know what? Let's just give them an opportunity here, right? It's just like, it doesn't work like that, you know? So again, as a trader, what you really are is you should probably like switch the name to an observer or a hunter or something of that nature, because I think a lot of people just tie the word trader with trading so much. Trade. Wall Street, go. This one, that one, blah, 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 blah. Right? It's like, it's not that, right? By the way, those guys on Wall Street were salesmen. They weren't traders. Right? They were salesmen, right? They're that up and jump anxiety, all that stuff happens on sales floors, not necessarily on trading floors, right? Trading is meant to be calm, meant to be boring, meant to be very mundane. So don't feel like you have to trade every moment because you're a trader, right? It just doesn't work like that. And don't try and force something within this session. One thing I must do for myself, for me, right, is not to force a trade while I'm here with you, right? To excite you and to help you and to give you a trade, right? So as the streamer, I have to play even better defense for myself and my future and make sure, if anything, I should be the one forcing the most trades within these sessions because I've got all of you watching me, right? And waiting for a trade. Where it's the opposite. A lot of you guys force trades in here and I stay very disciplined in all of these windows, really. So yeah, try not to force trades. There will be more opportunity, and if those opportunities just happen to show up outside of our stream, right, then it's your job basically as the trader to execute that. Cool? Execution is our edge. I am an 8-figure trader. Yup, Exactly. Markets will be here today. They'll be here later. They'll be here tomorrow. There hasn't one day I woke up and the market wasn't here. And with experience, you begin to really understand that. You know, you go, you know what? I don't need a trade right here. I can get a trade at any point, and I don't need it right here. So. $350Ks or 150K, I'd go with the 350s because the payout is a lot easier. The rules are a lot, you know, like better for you as well to kind of pass combines and all that. So I'd go with TopOne, and I'd use their 50Ks or TX3. I wouldn't go with Top Step. I'd go with one of those other guys. Do you advise me to go heavy on risk on the eval phase or take it easy? I would say if you understand how to really spot out a good playbook setup, then I would wait for it, and then I'd risk the entire. Well, I would go heavy on risk. Yeah, I personally would risk the entire account because in my mind I'm risking $100. You know, so if I see an A+ trade, this is usually how I pass combines in 2 days. Is I go big, you know, and I put all of it on, like 10 contracts, as much as I can, on like a 100K account, and I shoot for 30 pips. And that 30 pips will give me 3,000, and that's my 50% consistency rule. And then I'll shut it down, and I'll wait for the next A+ setup to show up, and then I'll do the same thing. Sometimes I'll blow the account being 3K up, but a lot of times I don't. You know, I really don't blow too many accounts in pursuit of passing funded accounts because I just know how to recognize a good play for the most part, and most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time I'm correct. Three to 4 trades a day and watch your win percentage go up. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, what changed my life forever was sticking to 1 to 2 trades a day. When I started doing that, my whole entire life changed. I stopped over trading. I stopped over risking. Everything started to dial in. So if I took a win, I stopped there, because what's a big hurdle for traders? They give back their wins, right? And they take too many losses, right, with revenge trading. So if you stick to literally 1 trade a day, 2 trades a day, I think when I was coming up trying to break my addiction, so to speak, to over trading and over risking and going after the money, I did 1 trade a day. So that means if I won that trade, that was it. There was no shot I was giving the money back, and I would end that day green, and that would build confidence in me. And then if I lost the trade, there was no money, there was no way I was going to lose more. There's no way I was going to revenge trade because I was sticking to 1 trade a day. So that absolutely changed my entire life, you know. So sticking to a very limited number of trades is super key. Super key. I mean, look at this month, I'm taking basically 1 trade a day. 1 trade a day. There was 1 or 2 days where I took like 2 trades and then 4 trades. 1 trade, 1 trade, 1 trade, 1 trade, no trade, no trade. 2 trades, that was Monday and Tuesday. 2 trades, 1 trade, 1 trade, 1 trade. 4 trades, that was the only day I really went overboard. And then 2 trades, 1 trade, 1 trade. So I don't trade that much, you know. And I'm doing pretty well. Now I have a decent size account and whatnot, but like even let's say these were only 400, 900, 900, 400, right? Don't even think about the number. Just me putting green on the board was the confidence that I needed to keep showing up every day. I didn't really care how much money it was in the beginning. I just wanted to play the game right. So once I started seeing this, I got so confident in my trading. And I think this year, these are stats on the year, I think like 192 winners with only 40. So I still lost a lot. I've hit and stop loss 42 times this year, right? And that number may seem like a lot. I mean, that seems like a lot, right? I took 42 of my trades just went and stopped me out. But look at the win rates, right? Like this is from January 1 till today. So yeah, you know what I mean? When you're on edge and you're following plan, I have a less than a 1 R here too. So, but the win rate just is insane, you know? So when the win rate gets up there, you can afford those losses and you can accept those losses and just, accept them as probability.
I'll send in my January one so you can show that it's
yeah, let's see that,
not
because
just
they
a
think it's
one-off.
only me that does
Yeah.
numbers like that only I can do it and they can't. But like, look at Gareth. I mean, this is Gareth's year so far, and Gareth trades funded accounts mainly. I trade a live account mainly, but he trades funded. So 77,000, 80% win rate, right? 79 winners, 15 losers. That's insane, right? And then you got, about 1 R. So you can be extremely profitable when you focus on taking quality trades and quality trades only. Look, these are all quality, right? Those losers, me and Gareth work one-on-one together. Those losers should be there. I don't think we really seen many losers on our last session, right? That shouldn't have been there. No, I don't think we even seen one. So these are losses that are part
I
of it.
in my data, I have like a little column because when you review your trades, you can look at them at a bit of a non-emotional side.
Yeah.
So I have like a little playbook inside my strategy that's like trades that I shouldn't be taking. And I think over the last 8 months, there were 7 trades in it. So
Wow.
it's just really making sure that it's all quality instead of quantity.
7 trades in the last 8 months that he feels he probably should have stayed out of. I remember when I was first beginning, I took 7 trades in a week that I thought I should have stayed out of. There were times where I took 7 trades in one day that I'm like, what? I shouldn't have been in any of those trades, right? So when you do less than 1 a month, right? When you make less than 1 mistake per month, it's very rarely gonna harm you, right? Or get a hold of you. It'll basically act as if nothing happened, right? It's like, someone tries to tackle you in football and it's like, whoops, it's like, yeah, they got you, but you just kind of bounce off and keep moving. So, but if you keep making mistakes over and over, multiple times a week, that's where your P&L just is not going to have a chance to stay profitable. In one session, Rich? Sheesh, he said in one session I had 7 trades. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, it's the story of the trader.
You have to go through those little periods though. You just have to make sure that you keep yourself accountable enough to make sure that period doesn't continue. Like it can happen, you can allow yourself for it to happen, but then once you get slapped in the face, you just have to stop. Like you just can't keep going, because then you're gambling. You're no longer trading, you're just coming up to gamble, and that's when trading can get really, really dangerous for yourself. So it's really, really important that you take that accountability to stop making those mistakes.
You gotta change or you will remain the same. Good job. My bad, that's Kingman. We're in a serious trading conversation. Dude just barges in. Dad, I just did pee. Does anyone else hear that? I think YouTube might have heard it, not the Clubhouse. Is it a good idea to enter a short now? I would just hang tight here. I would wait. I mean, the short, it depends. What are you seeing, right? That you have the short. I think I like anything above 25 staying bullish for the most part. So the price is trying to work on some structure here. So we'll see about all that, but there is technically a resistance that's formed here. You just got to watch out in this zone. I think 25 kind of is a zone that price is trying to hold, right, to stay up. So we'll see. A nice closure below, though, will look fantastic. Only limit to our realization tomorrow will be the doubts of today. Doubt has killed more success than failure ever has. I want you to really think about that. Doubt has killed more success than failure ever has. Actually, failure is probably the #1 cause of success. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Selling pressure building. It's building up, baby. Yeah, it might be. It might be. We'll see. 15's starting to range a little bit now. 1 hour's got no bottom wick, so would love to see a 1 hour like create a low here at least. NQ, let's take a look here at the NASDAQ. Yeah, we'll see if NQ can move up here too. We got that bearish candle that we were looking for, so 930 might be the ride. Buckle up. It might be going up. Yeah, you got to fall down and get up, man. You know, that's basically what success is. That's what anything is. That's the journey of life in general, just falling down, getting up. And the moment you don't get up is the moment you stay down. And you know what happens when you stay down. You know, they say most men die at around 30. They just don't bury them in the ground till about 85, 90. So, man without vision shall perish, right? And that doesn't mean that you're going to physically just die, but it means that you might live a very, very mundane, mediocre, rinse and repeat life that could be your nightmare, right? About doing the same thing over and over and over again. How many of you I've been in a season before where I just did the same exact thing every day, every single day, Monday through Friday. Had the same exact routines, went to the job just for a paycheck that didn't even provide the life that I really wanted, you know, and I was so committed to it. A lot of you guys are so committed to the job that doesn't even give you the life, the pay you for the lifestyle that you want, yet you can't commit to trading or something, or your business or your endeavors, right? So you really got to analyze situations, man, you know? I know we've been programmed, but it's time to glitch that programming a little bit and look around, you know, and ask the hard questions, you know, ask the questions like, what are we even doing, right? Why am I working to pay for my house, right, that I don't even live in? I live at work to pay for the house, right? So you got to really think sometimes and say, hey, you know, what am I doing? Where's my life headed? Where has it gone, right? What has led to this point? And you got to start asking those questions. Remember, you either change or you remain the same. You have to break the pattern today or the cycle will repeat tomorrow. Yeah. You have to break the pattern today or the cycle will repeat tomorrow. That's what I did. I just stepped up and said, all right, you know what? Give me the pen. I snatched that joint back. Give me the pen. And I just started writing my own story again. And you could do that too. There was a quote that I read a long time ago. It was back in like 2011, 2012. It said, you know, you could just wake up one day and decide to never be the same and just change. It's like, damn, can you? Can you actually do that? Zones, yeah, support and resistance. Look for like supports, resistances, things of that nature. You have like stuff like this over here. Stuff, you know, support. You use resistances and all that. That's pretty much the way I look for zones.
Damn, that 15 minute looks so choppy.
It's 9:21, so let's sit on 9:30 here. NQ actually might be the play today, so we'll see. Top Step discount code, they never give discounts. So every now and then they'll have a discount code, but yeah, it's tough to get a discount then. Consider it done. Do I think sizing up could help with overtrading? I would go watch the 1.5-hour webinar that we did on sizing up in the webinar this weekend. I think all your answers are there. So I took the time to go basically through an hour and a half on when to size up, when to keep a standard size, when to size down. We explained the thought process, the reasonings, the technicals that lead to it. So that way, when anyone asks those questions, because again, it's very difficult to explain, sizing up, because a lot of that has to do with experience, believe it or not. So yeah, the technicals can be there, but there's also going to be times where you can size up based off of discretion, So I think you should go check that webinar out. I'd probably do you a disservice by trying to explain it here. But when you ask me the question, do I think sizing up could help with over trading? No, I don't. How long did you do funded? Did you think of going live? I only had a live account with TopOne and I didn't really like it. Top Step, I've pretty much remained under the radar for a lot of time. I took a break from Top Step for a while too, and yeah, I try not to do too much with them. Yeah, the only one I went live with was TopOne, and I haven't really been focused too much on funded accounts this year. I've been mainly focused on my live account, so that's another thing too. Step can be rats. Andrew Tater Tot in the building. Let's go, man. Andrew Tater Tot. Have you been here all along? Because I feel like I have not seen your name in a while, brother. Great to see you, man. How many subs did we have when you came on board? Holy smokes. That's a throwback right there. Throwback. All right, let's see what this 30 minutes got for us. We got 4 minutes left. Am I looking for gold sells? I'm open for gold buys and sells, but probably gonna be looking for buys here pretty soon. If we can get a 30 closure, I think this looks pretty good to continue moving on up. We've got some clean range, so we'll see what happens. How did I get closer to God? I stopped believing the lie that they told me about that he was anywhere far away to begin with. Yeah, I realized, oh my God, he's right here with me, right behind my own eyeballs. A lot of people think, hey, God's just in the church, or God's just there when you pray, or when you beg. Most people don't even pray, they beg. Yeah, so once you realize the kingdom of heaven's within you, right, then you realize you don't have to get closer. You're as close as you can possibly get, regardless of what they tell you. And now it's just about getting quiet, right, and listening, and spending time, right, in solitude and getting those downloads with a clear mind, a clear diet, right, clear gut, so you can receive those downloads properly. You don't need anyone else to tell you what God has for you or what he's planned for you or all that other stuff. Get quiet, pray honestly. I study the scriptures, right, every single day. Pray for wisdom, just like Solomon did. Pay attention to your consciousness and what's going on, what you're trying to align with, and look for the clues, right? The whispers of God, so to speak, are literally the world working in your favor to line up with who you're, creating on the inside. So you got to understand the inside, right? So the inner world is the real world. It's called the spiritual realm, whatever you want to call it. That's more real than the world that you're hearing me in right now. And you got to realize that every single thing that happens on the outer world is simply a reflection of what's taking place in the inner world. So nothing, and I mean nothing, happens in the physical realm before it happens in the spiritual realm. So once I realized all that, I was just so connected with God from that point. Yeah. So is some of the Bible true, all of it? How would I know? I'm just a man. I don't know anything. I legit know nothing at all. Literally. And neither do you. And the guy who's about to type up this answer that he don't know nothing either. And that's the craziest part about it. That's why I say get quiet and just spend time, you know, in the solitude with a clear mind, clear gut, clear all that, right? I'm sorry for another question. Hey, this is what this stream is for, questions. If we have a breakout like this, but the previous 1530 does not have a bottom wick, would you still enter? Let's take a look. Yeah, like this one here. Yeah, I would still enter. I think that's good enough. I always like to get the pack in that situation, but you know, that'll be good enough for me, especially during like a higher time of volume and all that.
What are your thoughts on a 30? Oh, there's no bottom wick on the 30-minute on Top Step.
Yeah, it's like this 1 hour is.
I was gonna say like a 30-minute celery with the 4-hour and daily might be okay.
Yep. What are the keys to look for when support and resistance? I think multiple time frames helps a lot. Like if you can find it on multiple time frames, then that's where you know you have something solid. Now it doesn't have to be on the decimal because you know these support and resistances they're more of a zone, right? And that's why you see me always mark up like a zone versus like a specific number decimal. So you got to look for those common areas, right? So I'd say, you know, this right here is probably a pretty strong zone. If we look left, you know, we got it again here. There's more if we look left over there. So that the fact that we get a fake out above there, right, and remain above there, this zone might hold today, right? And price might just kind of work on the retest to move up. So yeah, that's kind of what I look for. If it's a strong support, like a very abrupt stop. See how price is boom and just abruptly just right back up. So anytime you have those abrupt stops, you know that price is hitting a strong zone there, and that's probably one that you should use in terms of your session. Make the font bigger. Yeah, I'll make it bigger maybe for next session. You guys can't see too well the numbers and stuff. I'll have to look at the stream. I haven't looked at it in a bit. What correlations do I rely on higher time frame? Basically, the daily is where I get like an overall direction, but the 4 hours where I really lock in on a session bias. So with the 4 hour today on gold is still technically bearish, right? But I'm looking for us to kind of fake out in that zone there, because if we look, every time on the 4 hour we moved up, right, we kind of rejected, we moved back up, kind of came into that zone, moved back up here. So I'm looking to see if, you know, the 4 hour has been doing work, right? So could we possibly get a fake out here and then look for buys to start moving back up? You know what I mean? So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. So even though the 4 hours technically bearish, I'm anticipating the idea of it coming back up, because that daily's tapping this support level here, 4 hour tapping that, you know, support level as well, and you know, all the 1 hour and stuff like that. So 1 hour has been back above here, so we'll see what happens. But we're breaking the lows now, so we're trying to move down. It's been a struggle on the move up here, but this is 930 here. Yeah, I got nothing. I really got nothing. Anything above 25 is still bullish for me. 15 closed bear. Yeah, so I like the idea of taking maybe buys above on at 945 here if we can get that closure. Let's look at NQ. Oof, nothing there on NQ. Thought we might get a move up. All right, we'll let 930 do its thing here on NQ. Gold, we got nothing for 930 yet, so just ranging. Just ranging.
There's nothing.
No more seed oils. There you go. Hey Tyler, if you can send us a message, an email, info. I'll just type it to you in the chat. The team is on standby, brother, to service you for all your wants and needs. Just hit them up. Thoughts on sells? I like them a little better. What's up, Ken Hart? I like them a little better, bro, below the support here. Yeah, they're a little iffy at the moment. A little iffy. Everything's a little iffy right now. Oh, we got 10 a.m. news here. Yeah, we got an orange folder at 10. Let's see how that goes. We got FOMC tomorrow too. Yeah, that's a big reason why we could range here. Johnny's late today? Where is he? Is John here, Gareth?
I think he's here.
Oh, he is?
I saw him in the chat. I think Magnus might be here as well. I've seen them both in the chat so far.
What up, boys? Johnny Gems.
Yo, what's up, boys? What up, chat? How's everyone doing?
Amazing, brother.
Great to see y'all. Doing amazing, brother. Blessed and highly favored. Grateful to be here. Ready to have a great day. Thank you. Good to see everyone.
How was London? A little choppy?
Yeah, I wasn't in London, but yeah, that's what they were saying. Choppy.
He's back. All right, he's up. He's up. All right, yeah, let's see what happens here. So we're not going to be able to participate in 9:30, but maybe 9:45 here if we can get that closure. Let's see, 9:30 did the dirty move too, break the lows. 9:30 celery. NQ just moving down. As I mentioned, I'm really not even into shorts here today on NQ. I just don't like the fact that, you know, the daily's got no top wick and we closed above support. So I don't really like sells at all here. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we respect the 4-hour lows or not. If in doubt, I'd rather stay out. Yeah, good idea. You know, that's what the pro would do too. Pro is going to say, hey, you know what? It's not as clear as I'd like it. Let me just stay out. The rookie, they go, oh, I don't care. Let me just get in. See how it's a major, see how it's almost opposite? Rookie goes, I don't care. I'm in anyway. Pro goes, nah, hell no. I got to save this. I can make a bunch of money on the next move. Was the NQ sell valid? It wasn't bad. I was looking for buys though. I just don't like the fact that the 4 hour is bullish and the daily is at support with no top wick. So yeah, from a 30-minute perspective, it was nice. Sent us an email? Okay, cool, Tyler. Sweet. What's the cha-ching? That's John's Cash App ringing.
That's the sign of making money.
You guys know Johnny Cash, right?
Chat, you want my Cash App? Here it is now.
Here's John's Cash App. Green.
Yeah.
Like, wait, hold on. Wait, is that John's or is that Green's?
It's green. Yeah.
What's my Instagram? My Instagram is just my name. That's it. Just me. Just my name. Instagram right here. Can you? Yes. Sign. Yep. Who lives in New York? There's a few that live in New York. We actually just did the New York meetup, man. It was epic. I just posted a picture from it. Hey, by the way, thank you guys. 55K subs yesterday. What a W. I think we talked about it earlier, but if you guys weren't here, W. But we got a little... I just posted one from the New York meetup. I got a bunch of pics that I'll start posting, but this was the night owl. There's always a night owl. I think it was probably like 1:30 in the morning here.
Friggin' love those night owls.
Epic.
Nothing like it.
Epic conversations. But yeah, that's my IG right there. I would also go to follow TT_profits. That's where I put a lot of our like recaps of the trades and little trading clips. Rich
Looking forward to the next meetup, man.
Rich, I got you in some of the picks. I got Envy in a bunch.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see these picks, man.
What car? That was McLaren 720S, the Spider. Yeah, that was a good car, man. Honestly, that was probably one of the fastest cars, if not fastest car I ever drove. All right, cool. This 1 hour is coming down now, so this looks good. We need a closure on the 1 hour. Would have loved to see the closure on that last 1 hour candle. Jay Coop's in there. Trust me, there's a ton of pics of Jay Coop. Green. I got Green bowling.
Nice. Sure, they came out sick.
Everyone. Yeah, we got everyone. A1 Aust. Where's A1 Aust at, man? Where is he?
Yeah.
Where is he?
A1.
Where's that boy at?
Yeah, Richard.
Johnny Cash. All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to give up the opportunity at 9:30 for a sacrifice on this 1 hour closure here. So might still be interested at 45, but likely to wait on the 1 hour close here. Now we got a lot of clean range too on the 1 hour. All the way down here. A lot of room to drive. So we'll see if we can get a hold of it at 45, but likely at this point waiting for the 1 hour here. Am I looking for buys or sells? I was looking for buys above 34 and then sells potentially here below 25. Yeah, but like I said, this candle can go down but close above, so we just got to be careful here. NQ, nice. Nice. Yeah, NQ moved down clean. I took the same trade as you, only I took it off the 15-minute range too at 7:30. Yeah, that was fine too. Yeah, actually my entry was probably the worst because I actually had to deal with all the rest of the drawdown there before popping up. So yeah, this one 7:45. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, 8:15 is the one that really did the move. So I was in it from 7. So my stops are back below here too. I almost got stopped out on that trade.
Nice buy there you took.
Yeah, not bad. I took it off the 1 hour.
It's good.
Why didn't I take the celery? I got my zone right here. Same zone from the beginning of the session, 40.25.
Why are you spamming?
Got it. If I went to 0, would I get a job to run it back? No way. You can't run it back with a job. You have to get into, sales, business, things like that. I might have to get a job to, rack up like $1,000, and that's probably all I do, and then I look to start flipping. Start flipping 1 into 2, 2 into 4, 4 into 8.
Make that money work for you.
Yeah. Also want to try the homeless route for a little bit too. Like Just chill. Just live under a bridge. See how that goes. Hang out with the peeps.
Give it a go.
Give it a go. And then maybe
Sure,
after
it's
that,
fire.
I'll just live in Fiji for a little bit and just live like the most luxurious life. And then just come back and...
You know, this
back to my
homeless
normal
stuff isn't really for me, bro.
I tried homeless. I tried Fiji. It was all great. Yeah, just to make a few racks, definitely. Hell yeah, absolutely. Whatever I got to do. Yeah, but I probably wouldn't get an hour job. I'd probably go straight into, and if I did get an hour, I'd just, if I did go into an hour job, I'd probably just do some like heavy construction real quick that pays like 30 an hour so I can rack it up quick. Or I would just look for like a sales job, some opportunity where I can make commission.
It might, you know what else you should do? You should decrease all your expenses.
Yeah, I would
Get rid of all your expenses. So sell everything that you got if you have anything. It could be hard to do that, but you know, certain situations you can definitely do it.
Yep. Can I explain the buys? Yeah, the buys I was looking, same thing I'm looking for. You know, the 4 hour kind of faking out down here and pushing back up. The 1 hour had closed bullish here, so it closed above that range there to the left that we got right there. So 1 hour closed above. I seen the 1 hour fake out, and yeah, I just pulled the trigger. Yeah, we had a nice little lower wick. I entered on the break of the high. I had my TP up here. I had my partials right here at this wick. Right there, and yeah, that was it. Stops were actually below these lows, but wait, where are the stops? Yeah, stops were below the lows. This candle almost wicked me out, but I ended up getting partials and then getting stopped out at break even. Closed 80% at around 34, I think it was. All right, 1 hour coming back up here. I'm telling you, anything above 25 is going to stay bullish here.
We're gonna get a 4 hour closure too in 15 minutes, so maybe we close above the 4 hour range as well.
Yep. We're hunting. Would have loved the opportunity at 9:30, but you know, I made a rule today, right? And that rule was anything that is still above 24, 25 is still, you know, no good for sales. Not saying that it's not good, it's just saying no good for me.
Yeah.
Not you, just me.
Great point. Going back to what we always talk about, there's no right or wrong here. It's just, can you be consistent to a plan long enough for it to produce edge? That's a great example here, man. See how nothing else matters. His only goal is following the plan he made. That's what the pros do.
Yep. Use the profits to get some moat. That's right.
Bro, I think your Pop-Tart's ready.
I think so.
Chat, you guys want a Pop-Tart? We're handing them out today.
T bueno, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you got to live a little bit below your means, you know, especially on the come up.
I feel like that's the most important thing I'm doing right now in my life is living below my means. I think that's so important, like such an important principle.
Yeah, same. And you know,
Because
like,
when you think about it, it's like, how do you even get that freedom, or how do you even get that capital to invest if you're not, you know, strategically spending less than what you earn, right? Like, it's going to be extremely hard to do so.
Yeah, bro. Yep. And when you have such a delayed gratified life, like eventually it's like anything. It creates a groove in the mind, you know, and that's kind of like you stay living in a, like, I think everyone should live in a little bit of a delayed gratified, right? Like at least, like even though I have certain, like I can buy certain things, I still set goals to get them too. Like that's another thing. Like even if you have the money, why not set a goal to go get it? You know what I mean? Versus just buying it. Anytime you attach it to a goal, it has more meaning to it, right? And you got to go earn it and stuff like that based off of performance in life. So But the living that delayed gratified life, I mean, when you do that for so long, when you eventually start to make good money, you're like, I don't even want to spend this on stupid stuff. Like, this stuff is stupid, you know? Like, why would I want to buy this or buy that? Or, you know, and you come to realize that none of that stuff really matters. The only thing that matters is how much, you know, how much of your life did you buy back, right? How much peace of mind can you have with that tool, aka, you know, we call it money, but it's really just a tool, right? So it's like, how much of your life can you buy back? I think that's probably the most important piece. And, you know, you don't need every little piece of clothing or car or this or that. So just try and keep that in mind. I'm going to be doing a whole video series in the Clubhouse teaching about financial literacy. So it should be pretty interesting. But you guys know, you know, I stayed down for I still live extremely delayed gratified life, and that's what helped me become free. You know, when I started making money, I started selling things. I started getting rid of expenses. I started spending less money as I was making more money. And most people just do the opposite. They make more money, they spend more money. Me, I started making more money than I ever have in my life, and I basically stopped spending anything for probably 4 or 5 years, and just lived that delayed gratified life. I told you guys the other day, man, I seen the guy at the bus stop. Man, his outfit, sheesh. His shoes, oh man, I didn't even buy those. I thought they were expensive. Yeah, he was at the bus stop wearing them, you know what I mean? So it just goes to show you the mindset, right? And where people spend their money versus others is just crazy. So it's crazy work to have some fly shoes at the bus stop. I mean, I've always thought that way. So
Right.
I mean, and even the fly sneakers, I mean, they really only cost like probably like a full tank in my car or something, you know? So it's really not even that impressive, right? So it's like, why not delay all that, you know, and go get some real money and then, you know, have some freedom and do what you want in life versus wear what you want. I'd rather do what I want versus wear what I want. I just wear t-shirts. I just wear white t-shirts every day. Every day. And by the way, freedom isn't that far off, you know, a lot closer than most of you think. You just don't know your number yet. So you got to ask yourself later on today, hey, you know, how much would it actually take? Because I got a question for you guys. Do you retire based off of age or money? If I can get some participation, that'd be awesome. Do you retire in life due to age or money? Money, right? Yeah, there you go, Clubhouse. Money, right? So, bam. What else do you need to know? Go after it now, G. You know?
Age is a delusion.
Yeah, most people think they gotta wait till they're 75 to retire, and even when they retire at 75, they get another job. Yeah, just bored. No, you're not. You need money, dude. You're not bored. I bet you if you had enough money, you'd be in freaking Sandro Pay right now. not helping elementary kid students cross the road, right? So it's all about, you know, can you buy your life back? For me, coming up in the game early on, it's a little different today, but early on it was $4,000. If I could just make $4,000 a month, I can be free. I didn't have to rely on a job, and that was the number. So was I going to be able to get nice things or new things or no, I still had to kind of have like little hand-me-downs. I still had to use my old forks and knives and spoons. Oh my God, God forbid, right? But you know what I was able to do? Not have to go to a job. And my wife didn't have to go to a job. Did we have extra spending money? No. But we certainly had time, you know, and that was our definition of success. We wanted to spend time together. We wanted to spend time doing the things we enjoyed. We wanted to, you know, when we had kids, spend all day with them, and we were on a mission. You know, we only really needed $4,500 a month, and that was it. And we did that, you know, and then we lived extremely below our means, right? But had our time. And during that, when I bought my time back, guess what? I was able to make more money because I was able to focus now on different avenues and revenues and things like that, where I wasn't so consumed with my day job. You know, that's the big thing too, is like when you actually buy your time back, your job now becomes working on you and being the best you could be. So imagine how much more time you have to read and plan and work and personally grow and develop. So I wasn't retiring to go sit on a you know, I wasn't retiring to go to the nursing home, right? I was retiring from a job, right? I was retiring from building someone else's dream to go out and work my tail off to build my dream, you know? So, and again, all I needed was $4,000 a month. Yeah, I couldn't get a new car. I couldn't get this or that or take my wife on a trip yet, but I had time, and that time allowed me to focus on my trading, focus on other businesses, focus on, you know, where I was putting my money and all that, building relationships. So very, very important. If you love your job, that's amazing. You know, I'm not talking to you. There's plenty of people who love their job and love doing what they do, but there's a lot of other people who, you know, just wish that they could be doing something else, right, outside of their job. So those are the ones I'm talking to here. I'm not down on jobs. I'm just up on freedom. That's it. Don't send me any letters, please, please. Job your love. I'm a bit allergic to the 9 to 5. Yeah, I do any sort of sweat equity, any sort of manual labor, I start sneezing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened.
Me and Nick will just be randomly playing a game of pickleball, and the score will be 9 to 5, and then Nick's like ill. Bro, just his energy gets off, bro, when the score is 9 to 5. I'm like, all right, damn, I feel this guy's energy. We got to change the score. It's not good right now. Nah, man, that's true.
Yeah, so what's your number? That's the big question today. What's your number for freedom? Or, and look, and maybe you don't want to walk away from your job. Maybe you just want to make an extra $4,000 a month on top of your job, or $5,000 a month. I think if most couples today, or most people today, if they just had an extra $4,000 to $5,000 outside of their full-time job, including like on top of their full-time job, their whole life would change. Think about it, guys. Don't even think about retiring for a minute, right? How about just having an extra $5,000 coming in on top of what you're already making? How about that? Life-changing. And, you know, it's not that hard to go get $5,000 in trading, right? You got to have a skill, right? You got to be disciplined. You got to do everything we say. But you can use these prop firms and you can run it up. You know, you can have a live account and you can run that up. And $5,000 really isn't that much when it comes to day trading. So it's definitely doable.
Yeah,
Some
man.
of y'all don't even need $5,000. Some of you guys like, dude, give me $1,000. You give me 1,000. If I can get 1,000, which you can, you know, you're just holding yourself back. And I'm here to kind of keep you in line and remind you that this is possible, you know, and, you know, stop showing up and treating it like as if it's not, you know, because it is. It's so possible. And, you know, we'll be here to continue to exemplify that for you.
I think that's the cool thing too about trading though. Like it starts with paying off like a small utility bill, right? And then it turns into like your car payment. Then it turns into your mortgage, right? And then next thing you know, it's double your old income, you know? So I feel like you just got to grow with it, you know, one step at a time. One of the best advice Nick ever told me was like, John, you know, whatever you want, whatever your goals are, right? Set that goal, but also set a plan to achieve the goal, and then just forget about the goal and just work the plan. And if you just work the plan nonstop, the goal will just happen. So I think, you know, I think that's great advice. If you guys have goals and stuff, like just set that plan and follow it every single day.
Yeah.
Just be committed.
I find if you look at all of the people who Nick has mentored successfully, they all have that same mindset. Do you know what I mean? Like John had it, Magnus had it, C. Melly had it. Every successful trader that Nick's taught, they're all process focused. You can't be money focused in this game. And like John and Nick talk about it all the time, and it's just so true that like if you're focused on the money, your trading's not going to be as good as if you're not.
100%.
Right. Definitely, bro.
Money's the only thing that causes emotion. If this was just a video game, you just have fun trying to beat it. So that's how I treat it. That's how I treat life. You know, just having fun, right? Learning. I'm not perfect. You know, we don't know too much, right? We learn as we go. So yeah, you know, don't give yourself such a hard time either. Trading's not easy, man. It's not easy at all. So, you know, stay committed, stay locked in. And again, we'll be here to continue to exemplify what the pros do and what they, you know, how they act, more importantly, in the market.
Sir, man.
Hey, yo, your dog's flying? Okay. Let's go. W,
Shout out the dog. What up, Brian?
Dog's going to be a pilot.
don't be deceived too by what you see online as well. Like, this isn't a get rich quick scheme either, right? Like, I think long-term wealth takes time to build long-term, right? I feel like you got to be in it for the long term. And yeah, I mean, if we're talking about building real wealth, I think it's going to take some time, and hope, you know, have that time. Like, put time on your side. Like, don't be scared or discouraged because time's running out. Like, if anything, time is on your side, right? And I think, you know, stuff online could actually be cap and fake, right? So you may think it's these guys get rich super quick or something, or they're super rich, but really they're just showcasing that online, right? You don't actually see the real reality where they probably are close to in debt, right? Or maybe they get in debt in doing this, right? In some occasions. But yeah, the real millionaires, they talk about how, you know, you gotta give yourself time to play out and live below your means, save, invest, and all that stuff, and that takes time. So be careful what you see online.
When you're doing the right things, time works for you. When you're doing the wrong things, it works against you, you know? So it's like, what are you doing? That I tell my kids, your thoughts, your words, your actions lead your life. So what are you doing? What are you saying? What are you thinking? And then that'll guide where your life goes. And seriously, don't be believing everything on the internet. Like, dudes ain't making all this money on the beach. Bro. Yo, man, I made 50 grand on the beach today, and you could do it too. Like, all right. I know they could, but will they? Right, on the beach, and I'm at Louis V. Let's check out this trade. Oh, look, it's running 60 grand in profit. Yo, you guys can do it too, right? It's like, you know, I mean, come on, gang. You gotta at least be able to see past some of that stuff.
It's like, you don't know what they did to showcase you that too, right? They could have got a debt, right? They could be like just not living, you know, they could be like, you know, expenses are tight, whatever, but for real, gotta be careful what you see.
All right, we got some closures coming up. So we got some clean 4-hour closures. We already broke the low on that 4-hour candle too. So let's see what happens here. I think if we can get a good top wick on this new 1-hour candle, this is mainly what I was looking for to start getting short here. So let's see if we get a decent top wick, and then potential entries here on the break of the low. Let's take a look at stops here. Yeah, somewhere probably current candle if we can get back above that range. Let's let this candle open up real quick, because that 15 closing no bottom wick, I see. Let's see if we can take a little bit of time, because the 15 here closing no bottom wick. So if we can take a little bit of time, maybe even break the low first and then come back up and re-break the high, then I'll have a nice sell stop there. Yeah, my thoughts on the 15 are I'd rather wait for a nice good top wick and kind of look at that hour candle as a pretty solid entry.
That 15 no bottom wick is dirty.
I know.
Yeah, for real, man.
4-hour look good though.
4 hours staying below the range.
It does.
Yeah, 4-hour looks good. 1 hour looks good. 30 looks decent. It's the 15 here. But yeah, let's see what happens. That's going to be a good enough top wick for me. So I'm actually going to have a sell stop on the break of the 1-hour lows. You guys can wait for whatever. My stops are going to be back above probably around 32 here. We got to break the previous 1-hour low. So if we can break that previous 1-hour low and then push through those 4-hour lows, I think it'll be pretty good. We got a lot of clean range to the left here, and we might see gold continue this vicious, and I mean vicious, downtrend here.
Nice, looks good.
Yeah.
By the way, only
clean range here, so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I think partials for me will be down in these supports, so somewhere down around 40.10, and then full TP down at that main support level around like 40.03ish, 40.02, somewhere around there.
Yeah, man, I only said that too before because I would hate to see someone who's committed to a process and is making nice, steady progress. I would hate to see that type of person get discouraged by something that is completely false online, you know? So just stay aware of that stuff.
I was watching one kid's vlog. He's like, I spent 100 grand a day, and so could you. Just buy my signals, copy my trades, $39.99, he said. So
exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying.
700,000 views on the video. Could you imagine? Hey, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Exactly, man.
John, maybe this is just my perspective. As soon as you see somebody or like hear someone who's like oh, I'm spending $100,000 a day or whatever, anything like that. But then they go to sell you something for $39.99. It's like, how does that make any sense? Why do
100%.
you need $39 from 100 people? Then if you're able to spend $100,000 a day trading,
Right?
it makes no sense.
100. I agree with you, bro. It makes no sense to me as well. Totally unattractive to those type of people, man. Literally. Because you know they're there, you know they're out there online. This is, you know, they're scammers, scammers or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, you know they're
I firsthand know a few as well, so you just
right.
have to be careful.
Yeah, and there's a lot, there's a lot in the like the space or the market of like influencers, like, so you really just got to be careful and aware and stuff.
Especially in day trading. Like day trading it's like swarmed with it.
Yeah.
It's like
It really is, bro. Especially when it first started like popping off too.
We got to bring back the influence in influencer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. So
They used
yeah,
to call
man.
it leadership. Now they call it social media influencer. But
The
what
best
I see
one-
out there compared to what I see from like guys like John Maxwell is a bit different.
Exactly. Like, how come these dudes are still, driving Hondas and stuff like that? I mean, not everyone is like that, but
What's wrong with a Honda, John?
no, I'm saying like these real guys out here
Yeah.
like driving are cheap. Like they be acting cheap, like like the real millionaires.
I don't know. I don't
To
have
be
the
fair.
same opinion sometimes on that whole like after you get it, like you don't have to be so cheap. Money is energy. There's a flow to money. There's a ebb and flow. There's a give and take. The wave goes in, the wave goes out. Like I don't know. There's a season for sure, but like then there's also a season where you have to be happy to let money flow and let that energy do its thing. Like money's a multiplier. So the more you kind of see it that way and use it that way, the more it multiplies its energy. So I'm not that big. I'm really big on like delayed gratification and all that. But once you start to get some money, don't hoard it. Money doesn't want to be hoarded. It wants to be just moved around. It's a currency, right? It's current, so it likes to move like that. So once you start getting some, you can't be so cheap all the time. John.
My granddad used to say something that it's just kind of popped into my head there. He always used to tell me that the most successful man that you meet in your life will not look like the most successful man that you ever met. He in terms of what I mean by that is, like, he said every wealthy man that he walked into or met just looks like a normal person, and then the people like just wearing trackies or like baggy clothes or like ripped up shoes or whatever, and he's like, because those people, they don't do it for the clothes, they do it for a different mission. They do it for like their families or heritage or their like different mindset behind life. Like people who work when they're rich, they're not working for money anymore. They're working for like different meanings in life.
Exactly.
So
different causes, meetings, all that.
yeah, so he always used to tell me that like the most successful people you'll meet will not be that they probably won't be wearing suits. They'll probably be wearing like a pair of scruffy jeans that he wore since 1998 or something.
Good old Warren Buffett. Like, it's like, come on, Warren.
Yeah.
Get a new pair of sweatpants, dude. Live a little, bro. Spend a little. You're a freaking billionaire. Take a vacation. Money goes where it's invited. And money likes to have fun. So if you could do a lot of fun stuff like giving or experiences or helping people with other experiences, money tends to go out and recruit. And it comes back with more and more. It's one of the laws, Don't know how it works, don't know why it works. Can't explain it, but it tends to be a law. I remember my uncle, he said, "Nick, you always talk about money. Money doesn't make you happy." And I go, "How would you know, dude? How would you know?"
Never had it.
Yo, I swear, this guy looked like he was about to punch me in the face. He stopped. No one ever interrupted him like that. He was this hardcore, older farm guy, you know, like, and I just stopped, and he was always talking crap about my business and, you know, all this stuff. And I was, you know, selling different products, and he'd be like, "Yeah, that toilet paper, you know, hurts my ass, blah, 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 blah," and all this stuff. And, you know, one day you're just like, "Hey, you're always talking about money." I was like, "Yo, how would you know, dude? Because you don't ever get any. So how would you know if money makes you happy or not?" He was just like, "Yeah, nothing to say. Yeah, nothing to say." He got quiet real quick.
What DJ Scratcher says, then he asked you for a 20 on the side real quick.
Anyway, you got $20 in it. I'll pay you back later. Yes, sir. Yes, I agree. Money is spiritual. It 100% is. Money doesn't buy happiness. You ever seen some guy mad on a jet ski? I forgot what comedian said that. He said, "Money buys jet ski." You ever seen anyone mad on a jet ski? Just whipping it 40 miles an hour, just pissed. Never seen it.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Do you feel like that wording, like obviously, Nick, because you're probably one of the most successful people that I've met, so I think it's a good person to ask. Do you think that it's all just, when people say stuff like that, it's just a coping mechanism in a way? Because I feel like if your main priorities are like your family and your future and stuff like that, money does play a really pivotal role in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of it,
if
you know.
if you can take care of your family and you can take care of your parents when they're ill, or you can pick up the bill for your dad, like
Yeah.
I feel like all that sort of stuff would make you happier.
You know, the issue is most people, they associate money as the primary, you know, definition of success. So they spend a lot of their time and, you know, waste a lot of their relationships trying to go get it. So they don't have that balance. Like, money is just like one piece of success. It's not necessarily the end all be all. It's definitely better to have some money, so because money creates choices and whatnot. But yeah, I think it's a bit of a coping mechanism. I think, you know, maybe they tried something early in life that just didn't work out, and, you know, they're just trying to, you know, not seem like they gave up. So sometimes it's coping. Sometimes, you know, you're doing things that people wish they could do, and they just, for some reason, instead of clapping for you, they just hate, you know what I mean? Or they talk crap like that. So it's part of the game. It's what the game would call like naysayers and whatnot. So a lot of times you can use them as fuel, you know, to pour on your fire. But yeah, I think a lot of it is just, you know, hey, because I'm not doing it, you shouldn't do it type of deal, like that little crab in the bucket mentality.
Yeah.
What is money if you're spiritually broken? So look, money, at the end of the day, money is just a tool, like I mentioned. So money is not good, it's not bad. It has actual zero value to it outside of the value that you put on it. And money, again, is not good or bad. It just takes on the characteristic of the person who has it. So, you know, it just depends on who you are, and that's gonna, you know, probably depend on what you do with your money. But yeah, most likely, spiritually broken person will probably just spend their money on stuff to try and become fixed. And we know that, you know, chances are, like, the fixing isn't with the money, the fixing is in within, and the money just, again, heightens who you are. All right, we'll see what happens here. We got, I mean, that's a perfect top wick, especially on that 4 hour. So we'll see what happens. This, you know, this could take a little while to play out here. So I'm glad we're making this top wick first.
Garrett, did you take that 930 trade? That sell?
The celery?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I didn't get it out.
All right.
I was looking at it, but then I looked at the lower time frames, and it was just really choppy. So
Yeah, 15-minute was. I agree.
yeah, it's just, if the 15 was a bit cleaner, I would have got in it. But yeah, that was just
Yeah.
Too
Nice.
much risk there.
Yeah, nice.
And then some of them will say, well, I don't need that money. It's like, all right, well then give it away, dude. Like a lot of times, like people, I see that, you know, everyone says, oh, all the rich people do is think about money, but it's the complete opposite, man. It's like wealthy people very rarely think about money. It's usually the broke people that think about money, you know, on every little decision they make. I know when I was broke, every decision I made, I thought about how much money was in my bank and, you know, how much money was going to be in my bank after I spent the money on that decision, right? So it's like, at the end of the day, like, unsuccessful people are paying attention to money the most, and that's probably why they're not getting much of it, because they stay in a phase of chasing it, not ever having enough, and they keep telling their subconscious mind that as well. So you gotta change your thoughts around money. But wait till I finish this little mini series that I'm doing. It's going to be all about financial literacy, because we don't just want to teach you how to make money. We want to, you know, teach you what to do with it. And not saying that we know everything. I'm just going to give you some of my things that I've done, things that I've learned from my mentor, things that have kept my money with me and multiplying, and, you know, hopefully it can help you guys too. How to get rid of emotions? Bring in a plan. You know, emotions come in because there's no plan. So once the plan comes in, the emotions go away. All right, let's see here. And like volumes coming in. Stops are about $1.50 here. I'm going a little lower on my size because of that, but ultimately it's looking pretty good. 4-hour low, 1-hour low, 30, all looking pretty good. 15 closed above, but I'm not too worried about that with this 1-hour candle. Literally. How did I find mentors? I met new people along the way, and I had a vision. You know, I had a vision on what I wanted my life to, and this is why I tell you guys so much about the vision, because I had that vision first, and I wanted something, and I kept visualizing it. Eventually, you know, I met some people who knew some other people, right? And then all of a sudden, I was connected through different relationships. So yeah, it's hard to say like how to find them, but you know, you can find them in different networking events and you know, business events that go on. I just happened to be introduced by a friend of mine to a really successful guy. He was very young. He was like 24. He was like 25, turning 26. And this kid was making probably like $700,000 a year at like 25, 26 years old. And I was inspired by that, man. I really was, because I was a hustler growing up too, and I wanted to make a lot of money. And I seen this kid doing it in a very legitimate way through e-commerce and whatnot. So I got connected with him, and from there he actually introduced me to Mr. V about 6-7 months later, and then eventually, you know, started working under my life coach, whose name is Mr. V, and he's kind of taken over since then. But I've also had many other mentors as well. Just depends on the topic and what I was interested in learning about. But in terms of like a full life mentor, that's kind of how I met him. Raja, I just got someone, when I started trading, a friend of mine actually said, hey, you know, I know you don't want to, it was actually a friend of mine who was in IML, and he was trying to kind of recruit me back in. And I said, nah, you know, just, my heart's not in that, you know, I'm just going to learn how to trade independently and, you know, try and figure this thing out. And he was like, all right, man. He's like, why don't you check out Raja Banks on YouTube? And I said, all right, cool. You know, he's like, they scalp. He's like, they go live, you know. And I was like, all right, cool, you know. So I started watching him, and that's when I discovered this system or strategy, and have been trading it ever since. And that was back in 2020, 2021, yeah, 2020, 21, I think. So we've been trading the same exact way now for over 5 years. All right, let's see if we can come down, possibly break these lows here. See what happens. You got a nice, perfect 1 hour top wick there. I like how the highs are all respecting each other as well. It's nice little higher or lower high, I should say. Am I one of Raja's students? Yes. Yep. Yeah, I'm a market fluidity member. I'm still in market fluidity, but yeah. I learned a lot of this from Raja. Oh, I'm your Mr. V? Oh, that's cool. You know, I remember Mr. V, I always say, hey bro, how can I pay you back for all this? I mean, what can I do? And he said, just pay it forward, Nick. Just, if there's other people in life who need help, help them, you know, the same way I helped you. So that's a big reason I'm here every day. Raja Bank, my student. All right, let's see if the 4 hour can go. Can you wait for the 30-minute? Yes, of course. You can do anything. Yep, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You can wait on the 30. You can wait on the hour, the 15, the 4 hour, the day. Anything here. Anything. You can wait for the 15 closure. Get a 15 closure below. Yep. Would love to see us get activated and push through these 4 hour lows. We really got to get past through there if we're going to have a good trade on our hands. So I'm getting in before those 4 hour lows. I'm willing to take the risk here. But if we can push through that white line, I mean, that's going to be probably lead to a nice trade.
Order filled.
Alrighty. All right, I am in. So we'll see what happens here, but I'm in. We'll see if we can get down towards, yeah, probably 09 here. Get down towards 09, and then we really need to break the 4 hour lows. So if we can get that done, and then we should be good to head down into 09 here. Boom, boom. Slipped. A little slippy out here today. Slipped in Asian. Slipped in New York.
Out here.
What happened to the benefits of trading futures?
Yeah, for real. Slippery grounds.
Slippery. Too many random 15-minute entries. Yeah, everyone trades a little different. I trade more on the conservative side. I like to look for closures and a little bit more confirmation on my trades. But some traders like to take impulse. It's really all about their plan. So back when I used to lock in let's say like 10 pips per trade, the impulse wasn't that bad of an idea, because you had that clean move. Usually it was at NY Open or something like that, and it was nice because you can pick some pips up and it didn't take that long. But once the ranges began to widen up and spread out, that's when I started to really look to trade the structure of it all. So the structure here, we got all this clean range coming down, right? Kind of into these support levels. So I like to pay attention to those now versus just a fixed number of pips, let's say. So for partials here, you see how there's all that support, resistance, all that right here. That's probably going to be where I want to, close my partials. So I like to base it more so off of structure now versus, quick little trades on impulse moves. All right, I'm going to go break even on this trade. So I'm going to take all the risk off here. I'm about a pip or two away from my partials. So we'll see if we can hit that. But good idea. Break of the 4 hour lows. We start to see a push. Let's see if we can continue down in that overall clean traffic here. But W trade, great job if you guys took it. Clean move on the 1 hour, and that should pay us here today.
Yeah, really nice on the higher time.
Congrats. Nice.
You're out fully? Okay, cool. Nice job. W patience? Yeah, we have to wait on that, man. We waited for a good top wick there too, so that's pretty clean.
That huge 1 hour top wick coming. So
Massive
good to
1 hour
me,
top.
but
The one thing I liked about the 1 hour was just the
that
fact
trend.
that, you know, we were kind of trending downward.
Order filled.
All right, well, that'll be partials for me. Break even, no more risk on the table, and another W trade in the books.
W.
Congrats if you took it. WW. We had to wait for this one. We really did. It took a while. What time is it? 10:30? Yeah, we waited pretty much all session for that. Would have loved 9:30, but couldn't really get a hold of them. But this one worked well. Look at that partial TP too. Sniper. Made 1,500 for the day. Let's go. Nice. Not too many people are making 1,500 bucks here today. Wow, what an exit. Holy smokes. What did we get there, man?
Order filled.
Wow, what an exit. 75? Holy smokes. That's on the decimal right there. Dang.
Did you close full on the live?
Yeah, on my live I closed full, and here I closed partials.
Yeah.
Big dubs.
All right, nice job. If you guys took that trade, hit a W in the chat, and congratulations. Way to be patient, way to be disciplined. And that's usually what you get for patience and discipline. A W. Sometimes you don't, but most times you will. So congratulations if you guys took that. We'll explain the trade in just a moment. But nice job. Nice job. All right, we'll see if we can continue down. What was that, a new 5-minute candle or something? Oh, 5 closing. Oh, wow, 5 closing, no bottom wick there, too. Yeah, just some fluctuation. All right, well, this trade was mainly based off the 1 hour chart. So why don't we talk about it real quick? So daily candle still being bearish, right? From the day, you kind of had a daily resistance that was created. And then this candle has really just been melting all day long. So 4 hour candle had closed, right? So we got a nice 4 hour closure there at 10. And then we, at the same time, we got an hour candle. Now, if you go back to the beginning, the very, very beginning of the live stream, when we did our breakdown, you can see there that I talked about having a 1 hour bearish closure, right? That would be pretty much the best doorway in when it comes to taking sells. So yeah, they could look good on the lower time frames. Yes, they could look good, but the 1 hour, right, having that closure was going to be our best bet. So we did see the sells come in at 9:30. I thought they were nice, you know, I'm not gonna lie, they were pretty good, but I made a commitment and I made a rule earlier that I was going to wait for 25, right, to close below. So we couldn't get that at 9:30. I wasn't really going to take it at 9:45. I wanted to wait for the 1 hour at that point, just like I planned from the very, very beginning of the trade, so from the session. So I didn't plan on taking shorts above 25. I planned on taking them below it. So for anyone say, oh, why didn't you take the shorts at 9:30? That's the only reason why, is because I made a plan and I stuck to it. So if you made a plan to take shorts there, then you should have been in that trade, right? But my plan was wait for the closure, specifically the 1 hour if possible, and then go from there. So we did get that 1 hour closure. As we got that 4 hour closure, I know that the best entry was down here, but I was pretty confident after that top wick that we should be able to, you know, make a push, break the lows, and then break those 4 hour lows. And then partials was simply right in this area here. If we draw a line there, full line, you'll notice here that there's different levels, right? Again, it's a bit of a zone, but I wanted to take my partials right as we came into resistance and wick and wick. Look at all the wicks, right? And resistance is here. I think we can push past it, you know, some more. We got all the clean range, but that's where I wanted to take the partials. So that was my reason for partials, my reason for entry, the idea, the entry, the partials, and what else? That's pretty much it, right? Break even. Break even was at partials as well. Yeah. Any questions? And by the way, this trade could have just easily been a loser too, and I would have been okay with it because I followed my plan.
And that was the W, following the
We
plan.
were talking about, yeah, I think we were talking about it right here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, see? 1 hour time frame, if we can get a 1 hour closure, right? I want you to look at the 1 hour candle right now and say, did that look like the plan? I think so. I think so. Right? So it's all about sticking to your plan, right? Making that plan with logic where it makes sense. And now look at that 1 hour chart. Very, very similar to what you just seen right here. Boom. And this is what we talk about plan the trade the plan. We don't just talk it, we live it. All right? See that? Break of the highs, confirmation candle, trading candle, trading candle. All right, so that's how simple trading could be once you begin to trust your system, trust your edge, and follow your plan, follow your rules. Can you explain why you didn't take into consideration the 15? Because I knew it was the 4 hour lows that were breaking. I knew we were bearish. I wanted to capitalize on this downtrend. If you can see this massive downtrend that we were talking about. So I wasn't going to let that 15-minute support keep me out, especially when you had all these time frames closing in our favor. Yeah, just decided to let it go. Negative RR. Oh my God. You exposed me. Yeah, man, I'm a negative RR trader, dude. I mention that every day. I don't trade RR. I don't need to. I'm up, look at this. 340,000 on the year. 82% win rate. 192 winners, 42 losers. Negative RR. That's not something that I really care too much about.
Do the math, bro.
How's RR working for you?
Is that all your live account?
That's all live. This is all live capital. I have no
crazy.
I have no.
So you don't put your funds
TradeSet.
into that. That's all just your live.
Yeah, I'm a negative RR trader. Tradeovate driving me crazy with the bars. Yeah, why? How come? Wow, look at that doji there too. Oh, that's tough. 80% is hard long term. I mean, I've been doing that for 3 years. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure where you get that from. Following the plan. Awesome. What's up, Kelvin? How are you, bro? Good to see you, man. Good to see ya. Yeah, I used to listen to that stuff too. You have to have RR, and then I started really thinking about it for myself. And I stopped listening to what everyone else was saying, and I started really diving in and RR and win rate. And, I think if you have a 70% win rate with a right around a 1R, I mean, you're going to do well. The live is lagging. That's because there's too much money being made. It doesn't know what to do. What strategy? When to secure partials if we have a nice clean range. The same way I did. So I teach this in the clubhouse and in the inside there and all that. But if you have clean range, you have to look into the range, right? And say, okay, well, yeah, we have all this clean traffic, but if price is gonna stop anywhere, where will it stop? Right? So that's when you look through the clean range. And then again, I just kind of pinpointed this. All this right here, right? And I might have gotten lucky or something, but I tend to get lucky a lot. So I don't really think it's luck too much these days, right? Because look at that, just on the money. So I usually look for things like that. I look for things that most people aren't looking for, right? Because everyone else is looking right at that support. So obviously they'll likely get caught holding the bag here. So I like to look for things that aren't as obvious, things that people aren't necessarily looking for. And I like to look, in the depth of what's going on behind that clean range. So that's where I'll close partials. I won't close full, but partials always gets taken at those areas. And we're usually spot on with partials too because of that reason. So, yeah. Can we take this celery? Yeah. How you doing? Nobody knows nothing.
Entry on the previous candle low. It's funny.
See you tomorrow, brother. Have a great day. Is there possibly another trade? Oh yeah. I mean, the markets are open now until 5 p.m. Eastern. So markets are open for probably another 8 hours. Will I take another trade? Probably not. That's my second trade of the New York session. I got my loss back from last night, full recovery and back in the green. So I don't know, unless it's like super obvious, but probably not. Luckily, I actually didn't get a chance to take the trade last night on my live account. So I actually didn't even have to lose there. Are we on TV? You know what? I think we're on the big screen in the living room, Green. I think so.
Did you get the pre-MI trade on your live account? Or
Yeah.
Just this one?
Yeah, these two New York session trades I got.
Yeah, fire.
Okay. Shall we? I think the class is officially coming to an end.
Let's do it.
Does
Bags are full
anyone,
here.
and I mean anyone, have any questions before I get out of here today? Anything? Time for gym? All right, let's get it.
W's
Clubhouse
in
already
school.
going crazy on the dubs. Yeah, Clubhouse. I'll see y'all in Asian Sesh. If you guys aren't in the Clubhouse, you can come on in and join, man. It's a good time to join. We're turning it up. I think we're starting to really break out of some of these slower markets here. We've been pretty much turning it up. I think we've had 3 trades now in the last like 24 hours.
Yeah.
4 trades. So
Back end of July been's good.
it has been. It has been. Yeah, the tail end has been pretty good. The front end was a little slower, but yeah, all last week and now this week it looks like we're plugging away here. So all right, I don't see any questions. Can you take a 30 celery? 30 celery? Yeah, are you joking?
He's joking.
I think you're joking. I think you're joking. Legendary, man. You're a legend. You're a legend. All right, cool.
Guys.
How can we
Thank you very
join? Just
much
click
for
the link in the
That's
description and pull up. Yep. We'll be there tonight,
Good work.
8 p.m. Eastern.
Great session yet again.
I appreciate all the birthday wishes, everyone.
Yes,
Much
sir.
appreciated.
A little
I
happy
hope you
birthday
all
to
have an
Gareth on
amazing
the way
day.
out.
Happy birthday.
And
Thank you.
in terms of more trading, gang, I would probably tighten up my zone here, and I would look to take sells now below the below that 30-minute support. So let price range a little in here, and if you get another closure, just keep moving with that 4-hour candle. All right.
All right, man. Good stuff.
All right. We out of
Hope you
here.
guys have
Hope
a
you guys
great
have
day.
a wonderful day. Great job here today. Way to stay patient. Way to stay disciplined. Way to follow that plan that we made at literally 8:30 this morning. So great job. And I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one. And I hope you have a blessed day. All right. Johnny Gems.
Peace,
Thank you very much.
Gareth. See
Hey,
you
boys.
guys later. Chat. Love you guys.
Hey.
Blessings to you and your family. I pray the best day ever is ahead for y'all. All right. Love you guys. Peace, G's.
Yeah, these days I don't take advice from anybody who gon' tell me how to do it if they never even did it right. These days I don't waste a minute of my time reminiscing on regrets of the past. That's a different life. These days I don't need nobody's validation. These days I don't need nobody's invitation. These days I don't tell nobody what I'm doing. I just do it. If I fail, keep it pushing till I get it right. Yeah, these days I've been wide awake, I never sleep late. Got a lot to do, I treat a Sunday like a weekday. Do it for my son, set the table, I need 3 plates. Have my cake and eat it, baby, don't forget the cheesecake. Got it, yeah, they know I got it. Confidence contagious, so the ones around me caught it. Everybody waiting on me, hoping I'ma drop it. I feel like all this weight is on me, still I'm never stopping. No, that is not a, yeah. Pushing myself to the limit, I set a goal, but still I never feel enough when I get it. Cause when I go and all these feelings overflow to the ceiling, it's like a hole just open up and I don't know how to feel it. I tell them, look, I don't make mistakes, the mistakes made me. Drop songs, when I write them I don't wait 8 weeks. They do focus on the image now, but that ain't me. Lot of rats taking pics, that's why they say cheese. Lately I've been feeling like there's something off. Lot of friends used to show me love, ain't showing love at all. Yeah, only cheer me on when I was underdog. Running up the numbers, everybody keep on running off. Funny how they wanted me to win until I passed them. Now all of a sudden they be talking in the past tense. He was this, he was that, like I changed up. Had a kid, I'm a dad, to the plan. Yeah, I'm focused on the music, not a pic for the gram. Stay true to my supporters, yes, I did it for them. So even when I get hot, never switch on a fan. These days, I don't take advice from anybody who gon' tell me how to do it if they never even did it right. These days, I don't waste a minute of my time reminiscing on regrets of the past. That's a different life. These days, I don't need nobody's validation. These days, I don't need nobody's invitation. These days, I don't tell nobody what I'm doing. I just do it. If I fail, keep it pushing till I get it right. Hey, yeah, let's go. Local legend, but the whip I got is foreign. Extraordinary, yeah, I feel like Alex Warren does. Please when I be calling me if it is not important. If I don't see no dollar signs there, then I'm ignoring them. Got a couple kids nowadays that I'm supporting. Turning down 100,000, I wasn't bored enough. Yeah, I wasn't bored enough. I'd rather stay at home, just the four of us. Knock, 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 say hello to opportunity. Show them everything that I be doing, think it's doing me. Check, 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 everything I do is to a T. And only other corner hitting hardest in the USC. Oh, Irish in my blood and all that money keep on doubling. I ain't tried to ball cause I ain't really went for fumbling. Made a couple ends, went gold, now I'm loving it. Drive through them all, can't stomach it. One time cause I had to prove it to myself. 2 times doing that for everybody else. 3 times just to put the trophy on the shelf. 4 times just because I couldn't, I ain't doing nothing else. Local legend, but the whip I got is foreign. Extraordinary, yeah, I feel like Alex Warren does. Please when I be calling me if it is not important. If I don't see no dollar signs there, then I'm ignoring them. Got a couple kids nowadays that I'm supporting. Turning down 100,000, I wasn't bored enough. Yeah, I wasn't bored enough. I'd rather stay at home just to, nah, wait, second thought. Maybe take a trip down to Florida. Need to change the weather, Tennessee just wasn't warm enough. Son and everybody, they been eating out the formula. Everybody talking, but at least they ain't ignoring us. Ayy, reservations for 20 at Coast Show. Like that iceberg, I'm tipping a boatload. Got incredible friends, yeah, they froze on. Taking hits on the one like I'm Soto. Catalog multiples of double digits. Staring at the number like it's double vision. That's what happens when you trust the vision. But keep it humble for the juxtaposition. I changed my life overnight with a couple decisions. Stay working like there's somebody who's coming to get it. And don't get caught up in the talking in the public opinion. Yeah, I had different functions cause I'm functioning different. Ay, 1 time cause I had to prove it to myself. 2 times doing that for everybody else. 3 times just to put the trophy on the shelf. 4 times just because I couldn't, I ain't doing nothing else. Local legend, but the whip I got is foreign. Extraordinary, yeah, I feel like Alex Warren does. Please when I be calling me if it is not important. If I don't see no dollar signs there, then I'm ignoring them. Got a couple kids nowadays that I'm supporting. Turning down 100,000, I wasn't bored enough. Yeah, I wasn't bored enough. I'd rather stay at home with the 4 of us.